The Brazilian government recently issued a corrective order prohibiting token rewards for Worldcoin. The government notified that Worldcoin should not collect biometric data from Brazilian citizens using token rewards as bait. There's controversy depending on the perspective. Whether Worldcoin is collecting biometric data using rewards as bait as government agencies worry, or whether it's presenting a vision for moving toward a new blockchain-centered Web3 world. Here's Worldcoin's vision. What if communities rather than governments could provide basic income? And what if that money was automatically distributed through blockchain? This isn't science fiction, it's the reality that Worldcoin is experimenting with. But is this system really possible? There might be hidden dangerous issues we don't know about. How exactly does Worldcoin plan to implement basic income in the AI era? First, what is Worldcoin and why is it controversial? Worldcoin is a project led by Sam Altman, famous for ChatGPT. The core concept is a system where you can receive periodic Worldcoin cryptocurrency by proving you're a unique human, not a machine or AI, through iris scanning to obtain a world ID. It can be viewed as combining digital passport plus basic income. Worldcoin's goals are providing universal basic income UBI, and anyone with a world ID can receive cryptocurrency. And human verification in the AI era, building a system to prove genuine human status through iris scanning in an era where AI becomes increasingly indistinguishable from humans, and thus innovating the global financial system, experimenting with a blockchain-based global economic model rather than a state-based one. So, can Worldcoin actually provide basic income? The obvious question is, where does this money come from? Worldcoin doesn't grow on trees. Currently, Worldcoin operates on investor and initial funding, venture capital fund and initial funding. But for long-term sustainability, it needs to create real values within its ecosystem. In short, it needs a sustainable revenue model. WLD coins, world coins, need to secure actual use cases. For example, being able to buy things with this coin. As the Worldcoin network grows, it could generate revenue through various means like advertising, fees, financial services. Also, human verification can be monetized. The World ID verification system could be provided to businesses, governments, and institutions. In conclusion, while currently operating on investment funds, WLD needs to be usable like real money for long-term sustainability. But is it safe to entrust iris data? There are privacy concerns. Another inevitable question arises here. What if my iris data gets hacked? People might think the government has my fingerprints and banks use them too. So what's wrong with my iris data? But there's actually a significant difference. The differences between fingerprints versus iris data are fingerprints can be easily found anywhere, doors, cups, phones, etc. Iris has unique patterns for each individual and is much more complex biometric data. Crucially, while fingerprints can be changed and you have 10 fingers, if one fingerprint is compromised, you can use another finger. You only have 2 eyes, so the replaceability of iris data is much more limited. This means that once iris data is leaked, you could be exposed to risk forever. While there's no concrete evidence yet of actual specific threats from iris data leaks, many governments, including Brazil, mentioned at the start of the video, and particularly privacy-conscious European countries are banning both Worldcoin's biometric data collection and its operations altogether. In fact, a widespread hack and leak of iris data would be Disadvantages for governments worldwide. Iris recognition is gaining attention as the next generation biometric method after fingerprint recognition. And if Worldcoin experiences a major hack, iris recognition could become untrustworthy. However, as just mentioned, while other people's fingerprints are very easy to collect and obtain, this hasn't been a major issue. There are also newer security technologies like temperature recognition and blood flow recognition, and fingerprint recognition devices are widely available at much lower cost. Most smartphones released these days have fingerprint recognition, right? But we are seeing a trend where European countries and developed nations are raising government level concerns about private companies collecting biometric data, while Worldcoin is expanding its influence in regions like Africa and South America, where regulations are much looser and citizens might be more easily attracted to token rewards. In other words, areas where people are more economically susceptible to token incentive. So, could Worldcoin truly become a source of global UBI, universal basic income for global citizens? What would happen if Worldcoin succeeds? Basic income has been widely discussed as preparation for the AI era. Led by Elon Musk, many entrepreneurs and AI experts have discussed and agreed on the necessity of basic income, as jobs may disappear in the AI era, making it difficult to earn income through labor. However, until now, the UBI concept has mainly been discussed at the national level. For example, experiments have been conducted in some countries like Finland. If Worldcoin succeeds, it could become a community-driven global income model rather than the existing nation-centered UBI model. Even if governments can't provide basic income due to economic crisis or political reasons, it could be automatically distributed through blockchain-based community. However, if WLD doesn't hold sufficient economic value, it cannot serve as effective basic income. And if national governments regulate it, it might be difficult for Worldcoin to establish itself as global UBI. In conclusion, for Worldcoin to become true UBI, it needs an environment where WLD can be used like money, and it must overcome government opposition. Although there is no official connection with OpenAI's ChatGPT yet, there's a possibility that companies like OpenAI might consider distributing part of their generated value through Worldcoin. For instance, AI companies might implement a system of rewarding World ID verified users. But what would motivate AI companies to reward World ID users? It would likely require direct reward integration with OpenAI, where Sam Altman serves as CEO. Whether this will work remains to be seen. So, is Worldcoin the future or a dangerous experiment? What do you think? Is Worldcoin innovation or a dangerous experiment? Do you want more content like this? Firstly, just by watching my videos until the end, you help me a lot. That way, TikTok shows them to more people. Next, join my Telegram group, Fans de Julian, where I share my new videos first. Lastly, if you really want to support me, you can subscribe here on TikTok for just $10. Every little bit of support adds up and helps me keep creating content like this. Thanks so much. That's all for now, baby Julian.